way, and we were out in the mountainous areas, and it was.
Was that like in the northern part, like Da Nang, up in that area?
It was further north than that.
Oh, I see.
Our base camp was between Wei and Quang Tri, and so just slightly to the north and west of our base camp was Quezon, that everyone's heard of. I never got there, but directly west was the Ashaw Valley, and so that was where I was wounded the second time.
I see.
And,
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little. What company or outfit were you attached to?
I was in Bravo Company of the 3rd of the 187th, 100 of the 101st Airborne Division, and there's interesting story tied with that that we can do later on.
All right. You were awarded 2 Bronze Stars while in Vietnam. Tell us about the battles or combat action that led to you receiving these Valor Awards.
Well, the first one was in September of 1968, and I'd been in country a couple of months at that time, and we had been on a fire support base securing it, and then we got a call that another unit was in some very fierce fighting near Tay Ninh City, and we were choppered over to that area, and we were there on the ground for an hour or two and nothing, and then we started receiving heavy fire, and my platoon sergeant grabbed my squad, and we moved out onto a trail to try to flank the enemy, and there was a burst of shots coming down the trail, and the platoon sergeant and 2 other people in front of me were wounded, and the rest of us hit the ground, and I thought, man, they know where I am. They see me. If I move, they're going to shoot me. And then I said, well, I thought I heard the platoon sergeant call out that he was hit, and he was laying in front of me, and I thought, well, I got to go check on him. And so I cautiously crawled forward, and I grabbed his arm to see if he was all right, and I couldn't feel any pulse. And then I turned him over, and I realized he was he'd been mortally wounded and was dead. And so I grabbed him and pulled him back off the trail, back toward the company commander's area. And the one thing that kept going through my mind was in our training when we came in country that they said the 101st didn't leave any of their fallen soldiers on the battlefield. So that was going through my mind too, that I needed to pull him back. And as I was after I pulled him back, I was on my hands and knees talking with the company commander. He was asking questions about if everybody was off the trail, and as I said, yes, there was. I guess there was an explosion. I don't remember hearing anything, but what I remember was flipping over in the air. It was like slow motion, and some of the TV programs after I got out of the Army would show people being hurt in some way, and that it was in slow motion. And I said, that's exactly how I felt. Yeah. And then there was the company commander saying, move on back, you're not hit that badly. And
you were wounded in the leg?
In the leg, and I looked in at my leg and I didn't see any blood, and I said, well, it felt like a cramp, so yeah, I'm not hit that bad. And so another person and I grabbed the platoon sergeant to pull him back, and as we were moving, I said, oh, that wasn't a cramp, there's something going on. So the other person, after we pulled his body back, the other guy helping me cut off my pants leg, and there was a little trickle of blood coming down from the wound, and so he bandaged it, and medevac came in and took me back to the 12th Back Hospital in Coochie.
How long were you out of action, or before you could get back to your unit?
It was about 4 weeks before I returned to the unit, and that was the time when you go back out in the field and you say,
Wow.
I got wounded, and they could do that again. So if my head was itching, I wouldn't take my helmet off. I'd just raise it up enough to scratch my head and everything. Then I finally got used to being back out in the field, and so I could take it off. And that's when I started thinking that they know where I am. There's no need for me to worry about. I'll be vigilant and see if I see them, but I'm not going to. I can't worry about if they're out there or not. I just believe they're out there. If they get ready to shoot me, they'll shoot me. But I got to go on and do the other things.
What you got to do.
Yeah.
Tell us about the experience for the second Bronze Star that you received. Talk about that experience.
It was somewhat the same. We were conducting a new operation into the Oshaw Valley, and our company was going to help a unit that had been tied down. It was really a small unit, like some long-range reconnaissance patrol folks had gone out. And so our platoon was going to be the first. And so the platoon leader and the guys with him, and then I can't remember